Hi guys, welcome back. Bongai here, and we're finally getting around to do episode 2 of our season 2 4.6.5, I think it is. So I do apologise for the length of time it's taken, guys, to get this video out, but some things have been in the process in real life, just getting things sorted. We're not going to bother with any starting screens. We're going to jump straight into the game, guys, and continue where we left off. Now, as you can see here, guys, we've managed to get all our residents up and running, and they've all got the houses. Nice big gardens, and over here we're going to get the trading post in, cut of houses again down here. Again, we're going to get our archways in there as well, and then we've actually put our town hall here, so there's still going to be a path around the back of it, and then we'll look at possibly building our town centres across in this area. And then if you remember rightly, over here in the corner we had our farm, which seems to be up and running, which is good. We still haven't got a manager as yet, although we have got a worker. So what we're going to do first of all is not attached. We've got no fields attached as yet. We need to add a field. I think we've actually got one in there, and it's not attached, and that's possibly because we haven't got an actual manager yet. We've actually got 42 trees to come out of there at the moment, which is why it's not attached, because it's not actually got a chance to attach to it. And we still need a manager. So we don't really need that worker for the time being. So we'll take them off until we get a manager in there. We've already ordered our plough, so we've actually got one in advance, because it took some time before we actually got one last time around. So that is up and running. And we've also got our fishing dock up and running. However, we haven't actually got our boatyard up and running. Let's jump straight in, make sure our boatyard is the first thing up here to get constructed, because we are going to need it, and we'll put it on full speed so we can get them put in. Now, if you remember rightly, guys, we're going to take our time this time round rather than rushing things through and potentially messing things up. We're going to have this area open here as an open area. Now, I haven't decided what I'm going to actually do with this. I'm tempted to leave it for the time being. We'll put a fence going across here, which I'm tempted to do now, just to stop them from making a nice horrible path cutting through, as they've already started. Let's just go straight from there, straight over to that tree. If it lets us too long. And not to mention that path is in the way. We'll just make a little dinky one there. And that'll hopefully prevent them from making some horrible paths. Although that fence is not exactly straight. But yeah, it is what it is. It's not as if they had rulers back then and messed about so much. Let's just make sure we've got everyone in stock. We've got our thatches up and running there as well. Now then, let's have a look. We've got some camps. We've still got some coal. Oh, sorry, iron. Not a lot. And then just make sure we have got full wages in there as well. We have. And we've still got our builders here. So once we get our town yard up and running, our town hall, we'll be able to get these builders out the way and moved. If you remember rightly, we put our forester and our carpenters right in smack at the back of here. And everything seems to be going pretty well there as well. We could probably put another forester on there. And we're going to start getting bark selectors as well, so we can get that up and running. And we'll put another person on our carpentry just for the time being, and our boatyard is now finished. Just in the nick of time. Let's get them on there. And make sure they can get everything they need. Wow, okay. I didn't actually get around to doing that just yet. We don't want to be hiring women just yet, because we need the women for the farms. They seem to be better working on farms than men are for some reason. So let's just change that. And I'm sure they'll all disappear, and they have. And we need 3 boats. So let's just double check on our availability. Right. Maybe we jump the gun over here. So let's just take him off there. And the additional worker off there. And they don't really need workers. But that's okay. That's all good. And that'll hopefully give us a chance to get this position filled. We'll get our boats up and running. and then we'll have some sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Some sort of fishing going on. Now, have you noticed they've just cut through there, right across here? Because this is our trees we've got here. And I'm just thinking, guys, as this is going to be over near the dock area, we're going to have a trading post here as well. I'm wondering if this would be a good place to put things like storage houses, like warehouses and so on. So that might be something we look at in the future. We are on full speed, which is all good. We're actually building our trading post at the moment as well, which is a little earlier than wanted. The point where I'm actually 2 minds will bring the actual town hall forward. I think we need the town hall in first so that we can then eventually get rid of all this camping area. Now, one thing you may have noticed, guys, I don't think I've put enough water, enough wells down. We've got a well there. I don't think we've got a well down this end. We've got another one here. That is about it. But bearing in mind, the thatchers are going to need one as well. So we'll go in and we'll put a well across here. Now, I'm actually tempted to swing that around and have the path going onto that path as well. It worked out pretty well. And we also need to make sure, guys, if you remember rightly, if we don't give these guys enough chairs, they will just sit and keep going back to the camp. Which means we could potentially lose a lot of work. We'll put a little bench there. We're going to do the same with these houses as well. Now, obviously, if you remember rightly, guys, if you hold shifted, you can duplicate it. You don't have to keep doing what I'm doing one at a time. And I don't think any of these houses over here have actually been given chairs yet. So these all get benches as well. Remember to swing them around. As soon as they're there to sit down, the sooner more work is done. Brilliant. Cool. Okay. And we've already got one house in over here, so we know exactly where things are going to be laid out. So we'll put one in here as well. We definitely put that there. As you can see, guys, that little green square there, for those that may have forgotten, that green square there is where the actual travellers come in. When they're exporting and transporting and so on. And if I'm honest with you, I've probably left that gap a little bit wider than I originally wanted. So if I do that again, you'll see with all that gap in the middle here, which is actually going to be pretty good when it comes to building warehouses when we've got them close to our trading post. So let's just have a look at that. If we can get them in there, that'd be ideal. Which we can. We'll probably put two either side here, and then 2 on the back of this as well. We're not going to be blocking the entrances. Oh, that's actually worked out pretty well as it happens. Well, everything's come together. Have we got our carpenters up? No, we haven't got our boatyards up and running yet. How many people have we got working as builders? Let's take one of these off and hopefully they'll go and fill that spot in. At the moment, guys, we've got 27 residents and it's currently November 1722. So it won't be long now before we've got the snow falling on us. Which means we can't do any fishing anyway. And let's just go and see how we're getting on with the boat at the farm. We've got a manager now. Brilliant. This supply for auction is disabled. Is it? Is it now? There we are. It's because we've actually selected a plough, and I had even supplied for this as well. Now we're just looking there. How many trees have we still got left on there? 39 trees. I want to bring that up because that'll still get done in amongst everything else. So we've now got our town hall. So as it happens, I can still look at this and get things started. So we can get a councillor in there as well now. As you can see, our tent over here that we originally had for our workers has now been moved to here. And we can now go into the economy. Let's just look at our population. No market and no boat trade. Actually, no boat trading boats, which we knew anyway. And then we've got our market stores. At the moment, we haven't got anything to worry about right now. What I am going to do though, guys, is when it comes to tavern tax, I'm going to put this up quite high. Also, as you can see there, a monthly wage is 2.5. A manager's wage is 3.75, and a wage and a labourer's wage is the same as a basic wage. Yeah, and you got your market production and so on. Village house rent. However, for a tavern tax, we're going to put it to a. I'm thinking 150 for the time being. We haven't got any taverns as yet, but we will. Land tax is okay at the moment. Market produce price, and then purchase from citizens at 90%, and we sell at 100%. So we're still making 10% profit, and we still haven't got a worker in there. And there's no point putting a worker on the boatyard on the fishing dock just yet until we've actually got boats. So we can now see what's going on here. And I think the next thing to be looking at, guys, is that is not a straight road whatsoever, is it? We're going to have our trading post. This house is available and is actually currently vacant, which is quite good because it means we've actually got one should we get new residents move in. My concern is at the moment what we are like when it comes to food. I don't want us to get caught up like we did last time and not have enough food. The good thing is our well has gone in place, and I'm thinking we should get a well put in just up here as well. Up here. Let's just rotate that round. That's outside the actual trading post as well as this home. And we'll put another one further down here as well once we've got things up and running. And I think, before I forget, we'll put a road in there. In fact, I'm going to put a small fence in, first of all. Straight from the back of that from the actual... over to there. Like so. Hopefully I haven't gone too far. And I have. Typical. I didn't want to put the archway in first because normally I put it in wonky. Well, we might have to do it that way after all. Yeah. It's not great. The good thing about these things is they don't go in straight. They don't. You'd have to wait for them to be built. And we'll get our fence going across there to the back of that building. Like so. Come on, get off. Right, there we are. Now, bear in mind, guys, we've actually got churches to put in as well. Which we don't have to worry about that until we've got at least 100 residents. We've also got a primary school, which I'm thinking this time around, guys, I may put around here. Now, we don't have to build it straight away, but at least I've put it in place. We've got an idea of where it is. And it's a similar construction size as the town hall. So it's fitting quite well. It's not going to be too close to the trading area, and it's not going to be too close to the water. And we finally got a boat builder. Finally. So by the time we come round, hopefully February, March, we should have some people out on the waters getting us some fish, and then we'll be looking at putting the bridges in at some point. As it happens, the way I've done that, we may get a bridge going straight across here. Because eventually what I want to do, guys, is have 2 separate fishing docks going, so we can get dried fish and normal fishing. Place is occupied. Too low. Uneven. There may be a boundary issue here, which is a shame. It may actually be. Oh, I think it might be because of the rocks this time around. Okay, so we might not be able to put this here after all, which is a shame. Is it got something to do with the boundaries on this building? I think it may do. I think it's the actual trees, if I'm honest with you. We just take these trees out a minute. We'll try this. It might just be that they're too close. It's not going to let me remove them. I'll have to come back to that one then. Not to worry. Let's just have a check. We're just going to move this water up a bit. No jobs available. There is. Who's actually after jobs at the moment? It's women that are actually looking for jobs. Right, okay. If that is the case then, what we're doing over here at the moment, we've still got 36 trees to cut down. That is becoming a bit of a concern, to be quite honest. But that's what you get for sticking your farm right in the middle of a forest. You've got to take the trees down, unfortunately. And I think now that we've established this area, guys, I'm thinking we'll get the granaries in as well. Now the question is, do we put the granaries right near the town hall, or do we move them a bit further up in town? I'm thinking possibly here. What I'm looking at is this line here. I want to keep it as a path. We'll do another one on the opposite side of the road there. Like so. The snow's finally starting to melt as well. Hopefully that will work out for us. At the moment, we don't have to really worry about them getting built because we haven't got the actual... so what I'm looking for. We haven't actually got the farm. However, we can be buying produce from the actual residents. So it might be an idea to bring at least one up for the time being. Not to mention, it's only a matter of time now before we start getting some travelling salespeople coming in. And if you do remember from last time, guys, as well, we actually had a new notification had come up. It comes up green when there's a new baby being born in the village, which is a nice little feature. Now, I'm almost certain we had some new additional features put in, so I'm just going to double check these. Because like I say, it has been a while, guys, and I do apologise. Obviously, unfortunately, sometimes real life, it just gets in the way. We've got our salt works, our oil works, we've got a thatcher. We've got the fulling mill, which I think we're going to be putting over on the island somewhere, so it doesn't block our roads off, our transport links. Obviously, we know we got the sheep farm from last time, just before everything went the way it did. That's all good. I'm thinking about putting a little platform just on the edge here. Just there. Just because I can. And now we need to get our manager in here. A worker. Let's see what we can sell here. We can sell thatch, which is a good thing because we always have plenty of thatch. Wood is not always a major thing. In fact, it's an absolute nightmare. So is the metal parts for that matter. And charcoal, at the moment, what we like on charcoal? Charcoal, we can get charcoal in there as well. We've got plenty of it. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think the capacity, there we are. Let's just get all these ticked. 25,000. So we'll put these relevantly low. I'm going to put the thatch and the coal higher. Or charcoal higher. So we've got contact already with Panyuchine, if that's how you pronounce it. And Barvikov, by the looks of it, if that's how you pronounce it as well. No idea how you pronounce that, so if I've said it wrong, I do apologise. We've got them, we've got a little bit of a trade link going on. We've got a couple of houses still free. So the houses aren't a major thing. This tree is the biggest issue at the moment. And we've got 2 boats. So let's get 2 workers in there. If we can. We've got 28 residents, so we've either gained one or one of the children have become an adult and are now at working age. And they're still making a point of walking across here. I'll let them off. They're actually delivering things, so I can't really complain about that one. Right then, now that we've done this, we don't need this area, so this can get demolished. We've got plenty of seating around all the buildings. That is a well. Again, we can demolish that. That's only got 6 iron left anyway, so we might as well wait. We've actually got the town hall here, and as you can just see there, guys, we've actually got a cart park, which would be an ideal place to put just at the side of the town hall here. Let's go in and see if we can get one put in place. I can never remember where this particular one is. By the way, guys, just while we're watching everything go through here and getting built, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been watching these videos. I've noticed the last episode of this did really well, and so I must have done something right. At least that's what I'm telling myself. So thank you very much. Put that in there. Just fits in just nicely. And again, we'll bring these up. And then what we can do eventually is we'll get these carts moved over to this particular cart once it's up and running. Still no sign on a fisherman at the moment. Let's just see how many workers. We've already got 3 workers on our actual managed seasonal hiring. There we are. If we go back over to our boat here, and then off season, which will be December and January, we'll have no workers whatsoever. So that it'll automatically migrate them around. Same will probably go for this one as well as it happens. December. Just make sure we've got everything ticked here, because I didn't do it last time and it made a bit of an issue. And the same goes for the thatches. They can't really be pulling thatch out in the middle of winter. So we'll do exactly the same there. And that means as the years goes on, or as the year progresses through, as we progress through, we could put these other people on different tasks if we need it. That's that old well down. Just looking at here to see how else we can go on. So we've got one field here. We'll be having another one at the side. Possibly a chicken coop as well. And then our cow sheds will be going in over time. We've actually got our first granary getting built, which is to be a good thing, because as you can see, we're already getting the notification that people are saying they haven't got enough food. Well, they've got 19 cabbages and 65 cucumbers, although, to be honest with you, I can't imagine that being very appetizing. So let's just double check on how we're doing over here. Carpenter, we've still got the one before. We don't have to do any repairs just yet. But that's one thing I will be doing, guys, when we do put things in place. When we get our second carpenter, we'll probably just have them just do repairs, whereas the other one does the other stuff. Just to, like, you know, move things around a bit. And we've got our smithy up and running there as well, so that's all going well. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that means we've got 3 houses, and we have. And what are we short of there? We're short of wood. So, at the moment then, we're going to put these houses on pause. Because we don't need them. We've actually got 3 houses empty as it happens at this moment in time. We'll bring the primary school up. And possibly one of the warehouses as well. Now then, it's going to start trying to build other things until we get enough wood. So I'm going to go in there and pause everything for the time being. Otherwise, we're just going to end up with loads of half buildings scattered all over the place. And I've just noticed as well, guys, I don't know if this is the case last time around, but we've got a lot more stone over here this time. We've got our 3 boats up and running and no fishermen. So we're going to take the boatyard guy off. Hopefully he'll become a fisherman. And the one concern is he's got plenty of wood there as well, which we could do using to finish our other build off, which I think we may just do. It may actually be nails we're short of after all. That's definitely showing wood. Right, let's have a look. Have we got any workers in here? We've got 1 labourer. We aren't making any money whatsoever. We are now up to 30 residents. So we've gained 3 since we started recording this episode. Slowly but surely. And I appreciate, guys, obviously, when you're watching this back at the moment, there's not a lot happening. But what I will do is, as we go through, I'll start speeding things up and then I'll do some cutscenes. Just so you don't have to sit and watch everything that's going on. You'll get the idea of it all as it's going through anyway. We've got our granary. Brilliant. We'll get 1 worker in there. Get everything collected. Right. And let's see what we can get in here. Ideally, what we want to be looking at, guys, is the stuff that the residents are selling. Because then we can make money from them as well and they'll want to sell. If we just go down, so if it's got this coin sign, it means we can buy. I'm just going to go in there and say 100. I mean, 100 beetroots, 100 beetroots. Buckwheat, no, we can't grow any just yet. Cabbages, we'll do the same. Carrots will do the same as well. So it's basically anything that could be grown from the ground. We won't have any chicken just yet or any meat. Cucumbers will be the same. Bear in mind, we've only got 30 residents, so we've already got 100 carrots. Wow, okay. That was nice and quick. Honey. As you'll see, some of them, just at the side there, I've actually got beehive set up. Let's have a look. Have we got any mead? No, so let's take that off. We will need mead later on in the day. Same goes for something called Harolka, which is like a vodka or spirit of some sort. Milk, not again. Onions, we can get onions in, so that's good. Potatoes, not at the moment. In fact, I'll leave potatoes on because we will be getting our farm up running shortly, I hope. Same goes with wheat and sunflowers. So we're going to keep them all at 100 for the time being. We can obviously go back and we can upgrade these as we go through. And I can see straight away 3 of our items are already at 100. We've got another one at 92 and one at 65. So it's all going good. Have I missed anything at the moment? Have we got any fishermen out there yet? No, we haven't. But we'll put fish on anyway. And again, we'll put them at 100 so that when we do get them up and running, we'll at least have people, fish going in. We've got anyone out of work? No, we haven't. But we've got our first delivery. So we're going to pause it there just while I look at this to make sure we don't miss out on anything. Ideally, let's have a quick look. Now, I always get this wrong the first time round. Am I buying from the left or buying from the right? We're getting offered this, so I'm assuming it's going to be this part. And as it happens, there's nothing there really, except for wheat. You could buy 1,000. So we're going to buy 1,000 because we haven't got actual farm up and running yet. And the same goes to hemp, because that comes in handy for clothes and so on. We're not going to be buying any stock of wildlife just yet, because we haven't got anywhere to put them. And not to mention the fact that we'll have to make sure that we have plenty of food and water as well. So we've got 3. Can sell 50, but we've only got 3. That doesn't make sense. In export stock, we've got 79. Have we? Have a quick look. No. Yes, we have. Right, okay then. So if we go to there, we can sell 50 straight off, which is quite good. They don't need any thatch. They may need some charcoal. They don't, as it happens. So that'll do us for now. We've made a bit of money. We've also spent quite a bit. If they say they've got out of food, then they need to come to the market and have a look at it. Talking of which, we haven't actually put any market stalls in. And neither are. Right then, guys. I'm not totally sure which way we should do this. We're going to have a stall here and a stall there. So I'm thinking we'll make the marketplace in the middle. Not exactly straight, but it is what it is. We're going to have a path coming down the here, you see. So we'll have this area as like a market area, but we've still got a chance to walk around if we need to. So before we go any further, I'm just going to pause that so we can go in here and we can add our products. Beetroot, cabbage, we had carrots, didn't we? And we also had cucumber. And then on here, we need to make sure we put firewood in. That's one of the must things we make. We must make sure we always put that in. Otherwise, they're going to turn around and say they're cold and they're going to leave. Onions, and then we'll put potatoes, even though we haven't got any at the moment. So let's just go into there. We'll work, and we're going to be able to get all these delivered as well. And we're just going to go into there and say apply to all. In fact, we're going to leave the men off this. And the same on labouring. Purely because they'll be out doing the trees and we need as much wood as we can. I'm not saying when we can't do it, so please don't take that the wrong way. So we've got cabbage, beetroot, carrots and cucumbers. And then here we've got firewood, honey, onions and potatoes. And then on what can we do on this particular one? We've probably got some warm clothes somewhere. We'll have raspberries, that's for certain. And that is probably about it for the time being. We might want to put fish on there as well, just because we've actually put it on our granary. Now, this particular building, what I'm actually going to do, guys, is I'm actually going to take off that we're hiring anyone on this particular one. Purely because we don't want anyone working on there if we don't need them. Right then, 27 trees. They are still taking their time. And we've got 30 residents. No one looking for work. So let's just have a check on what we've got going at the moment. One lady working there. We could probably take 2 off here. And they can go and work on the stalls. We've got a nice batch of thatch already picked, ready to go. Ah, we made a boo-boo. We've got no workers over here. We've got deliveries coming in and no one want to work. And we're hiring both men and women. Oops. I hope we're not going to lose our deliveries there. That'd be a shame if we did. We've already got the 100 wheat in here, which allows us to get flour and so on. But everything's quite neat and tidy. I know we haven't done a lot so far, guys, or at least it doesn't look like we have. We've still got one house put in. We've got the trading post put in so far. New family have moved into town with a nice green icon so you can see it straight off. And they've took that house over, which is good. We just gained another 4 residents. So we've got our granary up and running. We should now have people working in the art. In there. Although I feel sorry for this lady because she's got nothing in there. We may finally get some fishermen. We've got someone working in there, so we're going to get our deliveries. Thank God. And as you can see, oh, we've got a fisherman. Bloody hell. Great stuff. Right. So, guys, as you see, I mentioned there about wheat. We're going to have to look at getting in a windmill so we can get flour. And we've had another family move in, so we've now got 42 residents. And another delivery. And once again, nothing we can do there. And there's nothing we can do there either. We haven't got anything we could be selling. And we've got nothing really that we want to be buying in just yet. I might regret this, but we could probably do some iron and some nails. Let's have a quick look. How are we doing at the moment? Nails, we've actually got quite a few nails. Metal parts are not so many, but hopefully by the time we've used those nails, the metal parts will be have gone up in stock. We'll keep that going as it is. We don't need anything off them at the moment. So we're going to have our boat guys here. Do we put a windmill in there? I don't know. See, I've always liked the idea of the windmill being on the coast of the river coming in. And you've got multiple angles of wind. Now, whether that's the right thing to do or not, I don't know. But I'm going to put one in anyway. Just over there. 42 residents. All good. And 2 fishermen. So we should now have fish going in here. Not as yet, but it has picked it up that we're going to be getting some. So that's all good. We're waiting 23 fish. So they're obviously getting sick of eating greens. And I need to pause that windmill. I just realised it's the only thing we've got up and running. Let's get that cart unlocked and that dock or that jetty. And we're going to get the primary school in. In fact, before I do that, let's have a quick look. We've got no houses available. We had 3 a moment ago, and now we don't. The good thing is, once these houses are up and running, though, guys, it means we've got more food available to us. So we'll bring house, then the actual card park. We'll get a house, put the little jetty in, or the platform as they call it. We'll get our primary school in. And then I think we might need our another granary in by then. I'm hoping that I've cut down those 23 trees. So we're going to let that run through, guys. We'll give it a couple of moments or so, and I shall be back with you in the flick of a switch, so to speak. with the joys of editing. I'll be back with you in a couple of moments. So here we are, guys. We're back to where we left off. So I'll let you know exactly what's happened since we were last here. I'm just going to pause that there. We've currently got 6 trees available left to be taken down on this field, and then we've got that field up and running. But since then, what I've decided to do, guys, is that land we had over here, I've now converted that into a farm field. As you all know, farm fields don't have to be anywhere near the actual farm. So we've got some potatoes and we've got buckwheat growing on this one. And then we've just set this one up as well, which we're doing as a wheat and hemp. That'll get us up and running and get us some additional foods in. I've gone around and placed a couple more of the chairs and benches around that we've missed. And our little jetty set up as well there to allow us to get water, especially for these over on the thatch. Turns out we could get the actual bridge in, although it's a bit of a wonk, but it's in. It's because we've got stone here, and one of the trees here was actually causing it as well. So it's in, and that way we can get our stonemasons and that over here as well in time. We've also managed to get all our carts moved over to this cart station, although some are now needing to be repaired. And we've actually put another cart station on the side here as well, so that we've got carts both sides, because I think we're a bit short on carts at the moment. We've had a couple of residents move in and a couple move out due to shortage on firewood, but that's hopefully resolved itself for the time being. And as you can see there, it's currently August 1725, and we're now up to 53 residents, which is all good. And our second granary has literally just been in set up there and finished off, so we've got to get that set up as well as our primary school. So let's just get a teacher on there straight away. You probably noticed as well, guys, I've put 2 arches in here. And that's partly because I'm looking at the fact that this is going to be the main town area. Then you're going to be able to want to get it from multiple different angles. So we've got that up and running. But it's getting there. We've got stocks, which is good. We haven't got the wheat and the fish and the salt yet, but we have actually got some salt on order. So that is on its way over. And we're just going to go into there. I'm going to say supply to all. So we're not going to be hiring women or men. Sorry, we're not going to be hiring men on the granaries. So let's just go in there and make sure that they're set up. We've got all that as well, so that this is up and running here. We're going to let that fast forward through, guys. At least they can be then continuing with taking these trees down. And as you can see as well, we've got our nice little tree walkway through coming here as well there. A little bit short on wood, but we'll get there eventually. So let's just go through. We can put wheat in. I don't think we've put wheat on any here. We have as it happens, so that's the case. We'll take that off. What I want to do is I'm just going to go through now and start adding things I don't think we've got on here. Double check. We've got the carrots. We haven't got any. We can put the eggs on there, although I know we haven't got any chickens as yet. Same goes with the chicken meat. Dried fish can go on there as well. We have got normal fish on here, but not dried fish. Fresh fish. Flour. Do we have flour on there? No, we never. So let's get the flour in. We'll get the... I think the honey's already on there, which it is. Arilka is something that was going to be getting imported and hopefully made as time goes on. Horse meat and mead. Let's just have a look. I don't think we had raspberries on here. No, we didn't. So we've got the raspberries on there as well. We could purchase them from the residents. Let's just go in there, and again, we'll just put 100 for the time being. We can always come back and change these up. Another thing I've also done, guys, is I noticed the seasons. We still had a lot of snow in the February, so I've actually changed the seasonal workers to not wait between December and up until March. So in the meantime, in the March, then we get all the irrelevant extra men working in the forestry. That allows us to get more wood cut and so on, so that we get more buildings and firewood sorted. So that's up and running. Let's just make sure that's all done. And then what we're going to do, we're going to go over here and we're going to put another 4 stalls directly opposite. We've already got our flour and dried fish in here, and as you can see, we're actually selling some, which is all good. So we'll go back in there, we'll put the beef, and we'll work our way down and put eggs in there. And then we're just going to put 4 directly opposite, but again, within that walkway So let's just go through here. We'll pause that there because I want to look at that market, that current delivery. We'll just put eggs and beef on there. So let's go into here. Buckwheat we've already got on one of them. Cabbage and carrots. Or chicken meat. We'll go. We won't put a cloth in. We'll put all the non-food items together if we can help it. If we can do that. We've got fire. We've got flour. I think on here as well. It is. Honey. We've got on there. Hawilka. I know we haven't got a Hawilka in. Horse meat. And then we'll look at some mead. Then over here we're looking at milk and mutton. We've got onions on one of these two. Yeah, there we go. Pork. And I think we've got potatoes on one of these as well. We have. And I think we might even have raspberries. We do. Put the salad there. Have a quick look. And then what we'll do, we'll put warm clothes. Shoes. And obviously we had the cloth earlier on. And I think that might be it for the time being. Obviously as time goes on we'll have to get these working. So we're just going to go to there, make sure that it's all women at the time being. Apply. And again we'll have people working on them. We are going to go to this individual one and just take off hiring men or women. We don't want to be using it. We don't need to. Let's speed that back up and then we're going to go and check in here. And again, oh, we could sell some charcoal. I don't want to buy it. I want to sell it. Oops. Get out the thing in there. So, nothing as yet. As much as we need some livestock, we need to make sure we've got the relevant things in place first. Which we can actually start looking at doing as it happens. If we go ahead and get a chicken coop, which is just there. I don't know why I always put the chicken coops close to the actual farms. I think it's just I just assume a farmer would get up in the morning and go and get his fresh eggs for his breakfast. I'm going to put a little small path through there. Like so. Right then, now we can look at this. We've got wheat and we've got buckwheat. We haven't got sunflower, so we'll get sunflower on. And then we'll get flax if we can do it as well. Which we should be able to because we've got nothing here. So we'll go with flax. And I'm sure there'll be a better way of doing this, guys. So obviously, if you've played this yourself and you realise there's a better way of putting certain items together when it comes to growing them, then by all means, put a comment in the... Leave a comment and I shall definitely take it on board. We've got 3 fields now, growing almost everything that we need. I think the only thing we haven't got, let's have a quick look. In fact, no, we have. We've got everything growing. We just haven't got enough growing. You know what I mean? And now that we're going to be getting that up and running as well, what we need to start looking at, we need to get another field opened up just across the back there. I didn't know I was going to say that. Like so. Because obviously, as time goes on, we're going to have cows and sheep and so on, and they're going to need pastures to walk on and feed on and so on. I've just realised we've left all the stuff at the top there on pause. No wonder no one's working. We've got a warehouse, so we can get that up and running. What we like on house at the moment? No housing available. Let's get that up front. That's a chicken coop, so we'll get that up as well. And let's get that back up and running. No burial plots. So we've actually had someone pass away on us, which was the last thing I was expecting just yet. Right then. The question is, where do we put a church? What about here? What do you reckon, guys? Bear in mind, I'm going to put this in. It's not going to get built for some time. So if obviously you think the burial part should be in a different place, then by all means, again, leave a comment and we can always look at it. I usually put it over here, but however, that's a lot of ground and it doesn't take that much up. And I'm looking at the fact that if it's going to be like a town element, maybe you want it so that it's within walking distance. So if we go with a... I'm thinking a church, because I'd rather put the church in place and then it's there, regardless of whether we need it yet or not. Once it's in, you can't really move it. It's a big old building. Thinking there, just on the edge of what would potentially be the town. Like so. And now that we know where that is, I can go ahead and put a burial plot in straight away. Like so. At least that way, it's within walking distance, it's not too far away, and it's not going to get, you know, it's not actually in the town. We're doing all right at the moment. We've still got a little bit of money left in the kitty, which is good. Only 20 coins, but there we go. I'm going to call it dollars. I know it's not dollars because it's like, it is a completely different currency, but we're going to say dollars because most people recognize that one. Bear in mind, we've ordered our plough as well, but nothing has happened with that just yet. How are we doing at the moment over here? We've got 100 dried fish. Wow, okay. 100 flour. 37 of the raspberries, which are buying in from the actual residents, which is all good. Obviously, the meats we know we're not going to just get just yet because we haven't actually got any way of getting meats in. And I'm looking at this now because obviously I put these two archways in, guys, as just as a visual that we're going to have a path coming through here at some point. Although I haven't actually put one in as yet. And I'm just thinking, should we put a fence? No, we shouldn't. We put an archway. Just along there. Like so. We might have to bring that back a little bit. Like so, let me get a fence straight up to where this is here. I'm gonna put a little one. In fact, yeah, that's not too bad because it's quite close. This one isn't. It's got like a. In fact, to be honest with you, they can walk through there, can't they? Let's just zoom in. See what we've got. It's not allowing me to put that in there, is it? Like so. You can guarantee they're going to try and walk through that. Sorry, guys. Doing it as easy as possible so they can't just walk through and make an additional path that doesn't need to be there. Right now we've got that there. We need to get some carts in as well. We've got plenty of carts up and running. Those three that we had there have been repaired, so we'll get another one put in as well. We've actually got our first two children, Ivan and Opanis. Again, apologies if I'm pronouncing these wrong. We're currently short on nails. And we're now in the red when it comes to our finances. We get another worker on there and another worker on there if we can help. Let's get some more shoes made up as well while we're at it. If we get another delivery, then we'll have to make sure we look at getting some nails. We are going to need them. Plenty of workers in there, and he's currently turning it December of 1724, which means all our workers will be coming off work now. They are. Which is good, because it means we can then get them onto additional jobs. Let's just pause it there. We need nails, so we're just going to buy the lot. Let's see what we got over here. I'm going to try and keep as much back as we can at the moment. Probably shoe horses we can sell. We can sell the 30 of them. Right. Now we've got at least 3 men. We had 3 fishermen. And are they out of work at the moment? No, so I'll probably just move them over just in the nick of time there. But we're probably short on women. Yep. They have now got no jobs. Although I'm sure we can get them on here if need be. And these women are literally working for nothing at the moment because there's nothing getting made. So we're going to leave it there for this episode, guys. Again, apologies for the late that it's taken to get this episode out. Got a delivery there. That is episode 2 of Ostriv Season 2, 4.6.5. It's getting there slowly but surely. I don't want to be rushing things, so I don't want to be messing things up and having to go back and change things. Obviously, like I say, guys, if there's anything you've seen on here you think, oh, that'd be better if you do it a different way, or you especially when it comes to the crops or where I've placed the church, then please leave a comment below. All comments are appreciated, and I will reply to them as best I can. If you are new to the channel, guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the follow button. And not the follow button. Hit the subscribe button and like the video, and of course turn on notifications. We do stream 4 days a week, and there'll be more content getting uploaded onto this channel now as well. But on that note, guys, take care, and I shall see you all in the next video or the next live stream. Ciao for now. Take care.